Since posting the hashtag Vilmar hashtag Neil deGrasse Tyson ad, I've noticed the only people trying to defend hashtag Christopher Columbus are these pale-skinned, self-entitled, privileged types who look just like me. I guess white people have a lot to lose by admitting to the fact that hashtag Columbus Day represents the celebration of a Eurocentric homicidal piece of shit who should have been gutted like a pig ready for the slaughter. Yes, that malevolent slaughter, the one that nearly brought the Arawak Caribbean, Taino, people to extinction. Stop referring to Columbus Day as the celebration of a great explorer. That is a horrendous manufactured hashtag European lie based in hashtag white supremacy, hashtag white fragility, and a hashtag ancient vendetta against all people of color and hue. Like hashtag Thanksgiving, that pathetic pale-skinned holiday represents the 500-year hashtag racist, hashtag sexist, and hashtag xenophobic hashtag genocide of all hashtag Native America and, by extension, the hashtag Moorish legacy. On top of that, Columbus was never a great explorer. His hashtag transatlantic hashtag colonization agenda included getting lost in the first place, using faulty math, never making it to his intended destination, losing 3 ships during his voyages, labeling a completely different global demographic as Indian, what a flaming schmuck, slaughtering, maiming and murdering any indigenous people that didn't meet his mandates for pearls, precious stones, gold, silver, and spices, categorizing them as nothing more than good slaves, practicing a policy of mismanagement and brutality while forcing the natives to search for gold and to work on plantations. And the list of charges goes on. The native Arawak, Taino, population was decimated within 60 years after Columbus landed. Only a few hundred of what may have been 250,000 Taino were left on their island. Christopher Columbus was arrested and returned to Spain in chains, stripped of his noble titles because of his crimes against humanity. This is the European pale-skinned shithead that hashtag white America wants to make excuses for and celebrate. I guess that explains why we worship an ingrained hashtag white Jesus, the hashtag KKK, the hashtag NRA, the hashtag alt-right, and hashtag white nationalism in our stunted religion and brainwashed politics. Stop being white. Get your facts right. Hashtag stop being white, hashtag wake up America.
Did you know Vanilla Spice is now available on 10 platforms? Listen to Vanilla Spice ad-free on your phone, tablet, or laptop all day, every day. Become a patron of this podcast and help sustain future episodes. Visit anchor.fm/UFOteacher or download the Anchor app and subscribe to Vanilla Spice today for only $4.99 a month. Your contribution, interest, and support are much appreciated. Visit anchor.fm/UFOteacher and get ad-free episodes, all day, every day, only on Vanilla Spice.
About the author. As the author of a thought-provoking book series, Richard talks about ancient, historical, and extraterrestrial narratives influencing our society and culture. Earning a degree in visual communications, he received high honors for outstanding achievement. As the co-founder and CEO of an educational nonprofit, Richard has spent the last 10 years speaking at forums, seminars, and conference venues with engaging talks and life-changing perspectives. To contact Richard for interviews, speaking engagements, media appearances, consultations, brand partnerships, or sponsorship arrangements, please contact his publicist directly at Linda Smith, Publicist and Events Manager, Phoenix Publications 2. Phone 888-486-2667. Email info@ufoteacher.com. To share your ET and otherworldly encounters with Richard and Linda, email info@ufoteacher.com.